What do you think, huh? Just take a wild guess. What do you think the Apple sheep thinks of AirPods? And since I've made 5 other AirPod videos already saying how they're great, how they don't fall out of your ear, why everyone should stop complaining about them, now we're all ready to the review. What do you think, huh? Take a guess. Yeah, I think your guess is right. Now let me just start off by saying, listen, if your ear does not fit regular Apple EarPods, these are very much the same. They're likely gonna fall out. Lots of people on the internet have proven that if you don't have the right ears for this shape, yes, they're gonna fall out. You might have to buy some third-party band to attach them in the back, or better yet, buy a different pair of wireless earbuds, and those are probably gonna work better for you. These are intended for a specific audience. I happen to be part of that audience that has a certain kind of ear that holds these AirPods very well, to the fact that I have never once, having used them now for I think over a week, somewhere close to that, not a single time have they fallen out. Watch my video on how easily they fall out to understand why they don't. A lot of the great quality about these AirPods comes from literally them being just Apple EarPods without the wire. That's really all they are. So if you're not impressed by Apple's EarPods, you won't be impressed by these. And here's the next big problem we have when reviewing headphones is sound quality is not always as noticeable as it is to others. Everyone has their own personal way of liking their own headphones. And for a lot of people, Apple EarPods just suck and they hate them. I don't get that. You see, I've always wear them. Ever since I've had an iPhone, I've only wanted to use Apple EarPods because I think they sound great. They fit in my ear well. I've even tried Bose headphones. I've tried $600 studio headphones that use a 1/4-inch jack, and I still don't think they sound as good. Even though like audiophiles, friends of mine who do audio editing and high-end stuff like that will say, no, these sound way better. I don't think so. I never liked something laying over my ear. I liked it to rest in my ear, but I hate those little rubber seals because those always come out of my ear slowly over time as they expand. What I loved about Apple's is they were solid. They're not some rubber-tipped headphones that kind of have to mold to your ear. They just slip in very easily and they stick there. In terms of sound quality, I have not seen these matched. I'm sure lots of you out there have, and you're saying, no, these are terrible. They get something wrong. They get mids wrong. And these other kinds of headphones get these totally right, and they'll never sound as good as audio jack headphones. Listen, I'm just not hearing it. I cannot hear the difference. So audio quality wise, you're losing nothing when you're switching to wireless. They sound just as good as Apple EarPods before. But how about the new stuff AirPods offer? The first thing you'll notice when you get them is that they automatically know when you're in your ear. They have these 2 little dots on the side, and when you put them in, you hear a sound. The AirPods realize they're in your ear and they say, hey, I'm connected, here we go. And there's actually quite a few options you can have with them. Now, you can tap from either AirPod twice to either activate Siri, or you can make it a play and pause option, which I think is a lot better. I think it's actually kind of stupid to have Siri on toggle when you tap like that, because if I wanted to activate Siri, I wouldn't tap my headphones. I would just say the magic words. I won't say them now so I don't turn on all your devices. I would say, and then it would turn on. I don't need to tap the earpods. And I don't want to give directions like turn up the volume or pause the music through Siri. That's way too complicated, especially if you're in public and you don't want to be talking to yourself. So I'm not even sure why that's an option, but it's there if you'd like it. Battery life is even better than I expected. I use these things almost constantly throughout the day. I use them in the morning, the evening, in the middle of the day. I have never gotten these to run out. The only way I can really see you running these dry and then having to stop listening to music is if you were on a flight or some very long road trip where they were playing for 5 hours continuously. I haven't gotten there yet. Just my daily life doesn't include me listening to music for 5 hours in a row, endlessly. That hasn't happened. I've edited videos with these on, and I've watched movies with these on, but those have never accumulated 5 hours total in one sitting. Usually I'll do something for 2 hours, maybe 3. Then when I'm done, I put them back in the case, and that's where they charge very quickly. Usually within a span of 30 minutes, they're both already to 100%, and by the time it's ready to use them again, they're at full power, no problems, which is a lot nicer than the wireless headphones I've had in the past. Those usually I would have to plug in every night. I haven't had to do that with these. See, I use them constantly, and I plug them in every other day, which means battery life wise, these are basically on par with my Apple Watch. They could be charged every night if you want to be extra thorough, but you really don't have to. The charging case doesn't go down to 0 until 48 hours goes by, and I use them quite a bit. They also have made a very efficient way of checking the battery life. You just open the lid right next to your iPhone, and it tells you the case battery and the AirPod battery. If you take one out, it'll tell you each individual AirPod's battery. Quite a bit of information in the batteries widget on your phone. But yeah, for all you people who say charging your headphones is like the worst thing in the world, number 1, it takes 2 seconds to plug them in. Number 2, you're not doing it every night like you are with a phone. It's every 48 hours, and you gotta go to sleep anyway. So right before you go to bed, plug these things in, you're good for another 48 hours. I love that system way more than fiddling around with cables all day and stuffing them in my pocket. That's the other thing, is these fit in your pocket very nicely. You know how most jeans have that kind of extra small pocket on the side? That's where I like to put them. That way, when I'm leaving somewhere, I can make sure I have them and just be like, are they there? Yep, they are. Real nice and simple, rather than cramming them in your pocket like you did before. There wasn't really a great way of transporting your wired headphones, but with these, that's made simple. Now, earlier I did mention that AirPods are very, very easy to switch between device to device. It just automatically switches to the one you're using. Unfortunately, I found I may have exaggerated that a bit. Sorry. So no, they don't automatically switch to the device you're currently using. However, pairing them to new devices is the best it's ever been. It's just not perfected yet. See, I thought when you switch over to your Mac, it would realize that the user is now using his Mac. So now the Mac would connect to the AirPods. Unfortunately, there is still a setting up process where you just go to Bluetooth, your AirPods are there, you just hit connect. And it's very simple, but there's still a setup process. It's very light, and I don't think any pair of headphones has done this better, but I wish we could have gone all the way to where they just automatically switch depending on which device you're using. We'll get there. Unfortunately, we're not there yet though. And guys, remember, these are still just regular Bluetooth headphones. So if you don't have an iPhone, these still will pair with them. They're Bluetooth. A lot of people are asking, do they pair with the Apple TV? Yes, they're still Bluetooth. Any computer or device that has Bluetooth on it, these will work with, including PCs, which is a nice bonus to find that an Apple accessory can work with all devices. And to answer the question that while they're in your ears, you look dumb, I don't know how to argue with you on that, other than just saying, no, they don't. I think anything that's new to people will look dumb at first. They are literally just your Apple headphones without the wire. There's no difference. You think this looks dumb. I don't understand the people who are okay with wearing VR, where you literally have like a whole rope of USB cables coming off your head, and you can't see. I've worn these in public several times. I never got looks. More than usual. I get looks anyway, just because I have that kind of a face. But bottom line is, I don't care if people are looking at me for this being weird, because they're awesome. I'm listening to music wirelessly. Once you have that power, you listen to music differently. As in, when you have wired headphones, you have to take your phone wherever you go. When I'm in my room rearranging stuff, I no longer have to keep my phone in my pocket when I'm listening to music. The AirPods go in, the phone stays on the desk or the bed. That's where I'm getting my music from, and I'm walking around doing other stuff. It's like that Apple commercial we had with the Beats headphones. There are no strings on me. That's true. Anyone out there who thinks that the audio jack needs to stay on all phones and you can only use wired headphones all the time, I encourage you to just try out wireless headphones. You don't have to keep them. I'm just saying, see how it benefits your life to have, whether it be Bose or Beats or AirPods, whatever, wireless audio listening in your life. You will realize how convenient it is. Just like this one guy on Twitter told me. He loves it. Shout out to this guy. These AirPods were also able to do something no pair of headphones have ever been able to do in my entire life. I wore these when I went to bed. Every time I've ever done that, they get tangled. Sometimes I wake up choking. Even with wireless headphones I've had in the past, they fall out when I'm sleeping. I roll around. I accidentally had these in when I was watching a movie at night, and I roll a lot through the night. I'm telling you guys too much. I really should not give away this much information. Screw it, you guys know enough already. I was rolling around a lot at night just because that's what I do when I sleep, and I woke up and the AirPods were both still in my ears. No pair of headphones have ever been able to do that. Props to that. And to the people out there saying that they're too expensive, you really have to look at the competition here, because there are plenty of truly wireless earbuds out there that are way more than this, and I would argue they don't even sound as good, and they don't have the smart W1 chip pairing process. Are they overpriced? That's a really hard question to ask, because honestly, anything that could be cheaper would be great. Why can't these be $80? I don't know. That'd be great. Why can't these be $30? I don't know. Why can't they be free? If it's not going to put a huge dent in your paycheck, which these don't for me, then it's an incredibly useful tool that helps your life throughout the day because I use them constantly. And in that instance, I would actually pay quite a bit more for these because that's how useful they are. So I hope you guys enjoy AirPods if you decide to check them out. I'm really, really sorry that a lot of you aren't getting them until later in the year. Obviously, demand is very high for them, despite all the criticism. But yeah, for you guys who have ordered them and are waiting on them, I really, really think you're gonna like them. For those people who hate them, try it. I dare you. If you hate it, then sure, come back and dislike. I don't care. I get paid by the watch time, not the likes. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one.